Okay, here's 4 signs, or like consider these checkdowns to know you're way above and just an average guitar player. Okay, so let's go through all 4. Number 1, this is the most important. It's the fact that you have solid rhythmic skills. You have to have rhythm. Everything rolls back to rhythm. Rhythm is king, rhythm is queen, all right? So average players play notes, good players play time. So let's do a G and a D and a C chord, okay? So let's roll through that with really good rhythm. You've got to move, you got to feel it. So watch. Again, beatbox. Okay, you've got to internalize the groove, you've got to internalize the meter. Okay, I'm not talking about playing with a metronome or playing with a drummer. That is fantastic. I'm talking about when you're sitting here all by yourself, in silence with you and your guitar, and you feel the groove. Okay, let's do one more example of this. I'm going to show you something super important. It ties right into this. So, same chord progression. We're going to do bar chords. We're going to do so the low E, there's your G, okay? You're going to do this E-shaped bar chord, okay? These are hard. Everyone gets shown these in the bar chords are so hard, but watch this. G, I'm going to move all the way up here, same shape, right? 10th fret, there's D, bar chord, 8th fret, your C, and then back, okay? So let's roll through it playing that solid rhythmic groove. So, one more time. Okay, here's something really important to point out because it's like an underlying piece of information you need to become a good rhythm player. You have to start seeing your instrument as a percussion instrument. Like this is a drum set. That's a drum set. Okay, here's what I mean. Let's move through these bar chords, G, D, C, but let's only strike the strings and get the percussive thing. We don't drop the rhythm. These are all great exercises, okay? Okay, this train never stops. Now watch what happens when I start to push down on the frets and get the chord to sound out. Watch. Okay, now that's where your playing goes to the next level. All right, that's number 1. That will always be the most important. That will always take you to the home run. So I want you to focus on being like the sickest, in the pocket, in the groove, solid rhythm player that you can be. All right, let's go to number 2. Here we go. Okay, so here's something a lot of people don't even know this exists. You can take a chord. We're going to take the same chord progression. In this case, we'll stay on those bar chords because I can really show you this. G, D, C, and you can break it into what are called intervals. So if you don't even know what an interval is, here you go. My teachers didn't show me this. I don't know why, but I'm going to show you. So inside of this bar chord, you have some notes, right? We're playing 6 notes. In this case, right here, you have your first finger on the 3rd. That's a G. What we're going to do is the distance between the G and this note here on the 4th fret, okay? That's B. That's the note B. You're on the G string. That is a major 3rd interval, okay? So, meaning we could just play that. You can either finger pick it or you can strum it. Now it's okay if some other strings ring out because part of becoming a great rhythm player is just how your fingers and hands and you just learn how to mute out strings you don't want, but that's okay. So just get this. So that's a major 3rd interval. Now this is just one interval. There's more than one, okay? So maybe you didn't know that. A lot of below average players they don't even know these exist, okay? They'll get stuck in bar chord land forever. I don't want that. So this is not to make anybody feel bad about themselves, but to move. Now we roll that same shape on the. I just stay on the same strings. I go up to up here where the D is, and then I go to C, and then back. So say the notes to G to B, okay, D to F sharp, and then C to E. So there's a little theory that you're gonna want to know too. But watch. See, I'm just doing intervals. Want to tuck the pick away, you could go. Now I'm just trying to show you this is where it ultimately leads, but if you don't have that basic knowledge of how to break chords down into their most basic elements, then you can't even go there, right? You don't know what you don't know. So hopefully that gives you some stuff. Now, just for funsies, there's all these intervals off this root note. So if I do this major 3rd, we could also take our 2nd finger on the 3rd fret on the B string, okay? And and that note is a D. Just say it, D, 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 D. But from G to D, that's a perfect fifth. That's a fifth interval. So you could go, you could do the major third to the fifth. Now if you don't want to use your fingers and pick it like that, you could go like this. So I'm going major third to fifth. Let's roll through the whole progression. And what are we always rolling back to? We have to have solid rhythmic feel, solid grooves, solid chops. Okay. See, just keep it going. I can come back in whenever I want, okay? Because I just got this in my body. Okay, so like, if any of this stuff is foreign to you, you could just take one thing from this lesson, you could sit there and go like this. You could just do down to. I'm learning those drums, I just got them, I'm doing stuff like that, I'm a total beginner again. All right, let's go to the next one, number 3. Okay, number 3 is super fun. This is flowing from chords to scales, like little lead lines, little runs, rhythmically, of course. So in this case, here's what we're gonna do. Keep this simple and consistent. We're going to take this G chord, okay? And right here, we have this beautiful G major scale that lies right there. So it's all about like zones on the neck. This is more stuff you got to connect. It's okay. I'm going to show you real quick. What I'm going to do is I'm going to strip the major scale down. I'm just going to make it a pentatonic. So 5 notes instead of 7. So I'm going to do 3rd fret with my 2nd finger. And these are always fingers 1, 2, 3, and 4, okay? Just so you know. 3rd fret on the E, that's a G. I'm play it with my 2nd finger. Play my pinky on the same string, E string on the 5th fret, that's A. Now we're going to go down to the A string, 2nd fret, 1st finger, that's B. Okay, so we got G, A, B. And then on the 5th fret on the A string, that's the note D, G, A, B, D. Now we just drop below, we stay on the 2nd fret with our 1st finger on the D string, okay, that's E. And then we stay on the same string, the D string, go up to the 5th fret and finish off with our pinky, which 4th finger right here. On the D string, and that's G. So G, A, B, D, E, G, 2, 2, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're going to do that, but we're going to try and flow rhythmically between that and a G chord. Now you have to connect this slowly, and you've got to. There's all these little things that happen in the background you're not going to fully understand yet, but you're trying to feel it. It's all about feeling it. Okay. So for example, if I go. Because what happens to somebody who's below average when they try and do stuff like that, they fall apart rhythmically. So they do something like this. They might get this G chord perfectly in time. They go G, and they go to. It's like a car crash. Okay, and I'm not trying to laugh. I'm gonna be here forever helping you. So this is the stuff I'm gonna show you. So just do this. Just do downstrokes. And start simple. Always roll back. Just see if you can go from. This is where it starts. Go from the G chord to just you've already got your finger, your 2nd finger on the 3rd fret on the E, and you're already playing the G out of the chord. Just see if you can just like stay on that rhythmically because it's part of the scale. Okay. This is the stuff you got to connect. So watch. When that feels pretty good and you can feel you're in the pocket. Okay, you're in the zone, you can branch out and use other pieces of the scale. This is where your musicality comes to. So for example. Always beatbox it. I do it all the time. It's just I can't help it and it's made me a solid rhythm player. To the interval. Alright, threw a little curveball in there for it. Okay, you got that? So just go real slow, because eventually what you're going to do is you're going to take that whole progression and you're going to play little licks out of this, just one scale. Watch. I kind of cheated there. I played out of the major scale. Okay, let's go to the last one. Let's wrap this up, and then we're going to get you going. And just trust me, just stick with this, and your playing's going to skyrocket. Okay. Number 4, here we go. Okay, here's the cool part. This one is all about the major scale. You realize the major scale is the blueprint for everything. Everything is built from it. It's like home base. So here's what I mean. right below everything we've been playing, if we just do this G, D, and C open chords, because these are always the chords, the home bass, the open chords, they'll always work forever. We've got a major scale, right? It's a diatonic 7-note scale. Look, G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, G. Okay, we finished G to G, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now, you have to know how to play that scale, and if you know how to play it in more than one position, you're ahead of most, all right? And you understand how to build chords from that scale. So let me show you 3 different positions, and let me kind of drive home my point, and we'll get you on your way. So right here, we've got the scale, okay? And the intervals are all in the scales too, right? You're gonna have all these light bulb moments, okay? So you've got this pattern. So if I just call out the finger patterns, watch. I'm not gonna tell you the frets or the notes. I'm gonna go 2, 4 on the E string, go to the A string, 1, 2, 4. Then I go to the D string, 1, 3, 4. 2, 4, 1, 2, 4, 1, 3, 4. Now, a lot of players don't know, because you can root it off the A string and go up where the G is, right here on the 10th fret. There's your G. You do the same pattern. It's all about patterns, okay? It's another thing that's going to put you so far ahead of everyone else if you just start going, oh my gosh, everything is just movable patterns with so many things. Look, 2, 4, 1, 2, 4, 1, 3, 4. So you could do an exercise where, you, of course, you keep rhythm. You go, okay? Now, that's kind of hard as you're moving far, but that's a great way to tighten up your rhythm. Okay, let's wrap it up with this 3rd position major scale. And these are all G's. Now, same thing. We start here. I don't know why my teacher never showed me this one. It baffles me, and I'm going to tell you why this one. I would have liked to learn this one first. Okay, G, we're going to just do on the E, A, and D strings again. So we do 3rd fret, that's a G. Then we do the 5th fret, A. Stay on the E string, and we get right there, B, okay? G, A, B. And then we go down below on the A string, 3rd fret, 5th fret, 7th fret. We finish off 4th and 5th fret. So listen. G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, G. Now, here's why this one is so beautiful. We'll just do the first 6 notes. G, A, B, C, D, E. We won't do F sharp or G. You'll understand why later. Okay. You can pull the diatonic chords, which means they belong to that scale, and you could turn into a songwriter immediately, meaning the first chord right here from this note. Let's just take the note G, bar chord. Then we go to the 2nd note on the same string, E. This is a minor chord. You gotta know the 2 is minor. So meaning, my point being, the 4th one is you gotta have like knowledge of how the major scale works. And everything else you can branch off of and learn from that, okay? And then the 3rd note's minor. And then we just go back down to the, here's that 4th note in the scale. I'll just play a little power chord. This is a 4 chord. This is major. Just go up to the 5th note. That's a major. And then we'll go up to the 6th note. And this is minor 6. So listen. Major, minor, minor, major, major, minor. 7, well, that one's we'll talk about that later. If you know, you know. If you've got like 2 or 3 of these skills down, or you got them pretty good, you're on your way to becoming a great player. But promise me this, you're always going to keep rhythm right here at the forefront of your brain, your mind. Okay, that's everything. Without that, none of this will matter if you don't have really good solid rhythm chops, and that's actually what makes playing fun. All right, do me a favor. If this helped, check out some of the videos I link at the end. I'm going to show you one on triads. That's beyond intervals. Those are 3-note chords. You're going to love those. Those are important. And then comment, like, what are you strongest at out of all these concepts? Which ones are you working on? Which ones have you had light bulb moments on? I love knowing that stuff. Okay, we're going to keep this train rolling. You're going to see me in some videos sucking on drums, because I want you guys to see, like I said, don't let me pass you on the drum set. Don't let me get better on drums. Don't let me get better on those faster than you get at your guitar, because I'm gonna bust my hump to get good on those. I played for about 5 days. But you take all these concepts and you can translate them to other instruments. It's the same thing. Music is music. All right. Drop jellyfish. Drop your favorite shark in the comments, or your favorite sea creature. Where are you watching from? Okay? We'll keep this train rolling. Don't stop, because only you can stop you. And I will see you in the next video. Peace.